Okay, so it looks like it happened again. xQc is still crushing out over VTubers, and it seems pretty funny. I don't really understand why this has gotten to this point at this point, but again, people have been talking about it, people have been bringing it up, and xQc just keeps on responding. Now, if you don't remember, obviously we go straight back to all of the kind of things that you're saying about VTubers around the time of the Streamer Awards and kind of going after them and yeah, just being pretty, not very nice in general and saying stuff like every VTuber looks disgusting because that's why they do VTubing and things like that. And many people were quick to point out things like this post from Amber Paradox here, essentially saying that a while ago, xQc and also Shroud, who's also been pretty critical of VTubers too, were in a Marvel Rivals tournament and they had to complain about the rules and things about Dokibird, a VTuber, her team, and obviously that ended up with Dokibird dropping out of the tournament and then the team absolutely stomping both Shroud and xQc's teams, which I think xQc ever since has been a little bit salty about. And it definitely shows here because there's been a new clip. Obviously, we've had many clips of him crashing out over this statement. And also, he actually responded to this one with something saying, like, this is pure fiction. But again, people just absolutely clowned on him. And it seems that people are clowning on him even more with this new clip about VTubers that recently came out. And this one is just super, super funny to see. And people, again, kind of clowning on him for this one clip.
That, the community on my post on Twitter from like way back when, from like a couple days ago, it's wrong. The people that are talking shit about like on Twitter, dude, they're really like they're like really sad people, and I feel bad. Like, they're not people that are just gonna like, oh yo, this guy's like sad or whatever. They're like really like sad people, and I realize like there's no point shitting on them. Like they have nothing, they have nothing going. Like it's just. I realize like I'm punching down and I feel bad about these guys. I mean, there's no point doing it. They're just it's all good though. I mean, dude, you guys, I'm not trying to be virtuous, but it's just it feels bad. Like they have nothing. Like anyway.
So yeah, obviously, thanks to Yeet for putting a translation here for what he actually just said. They said they are like really sad people. I feel bad. Not people that are like, oh, just like this guy is just sad. There's no point screwing on them. Realize I'm punching down. So again, he feels like he's punching down whenever it comes to the VTuber community. But I'm gonna be honest, I don't think he's really punching down. We saw the clips, we saw his community's reaction to a lot of what he was saying about VTubers, and even they didn't agree with what he was saying, He was saying stuff like, hey, isn't this the most disingenuous piece of, whatever you've ever seen? And his community was spamming no in the chat, right? Again, I don't think anybody thinks you're punching down. And again, obviously he says that he feels like, they're sad people, which I think is pretty insane. And people have been replying to this saying stuff like, yeah, I'm super sad. And, it sounds like he's still crying about it. Dude loves to lose to anime women. And yeah, obviously, he's trying to act like, he's trying to be nice and that he doesn't want to start any more stuff anymore. But again, you can tell that he's completely coping and that he's like really trying to, I guess, make the VTubing community look as bad as possible by saying that they are sad and saying that he feels bad for punching down on them, right? Because again, he wants to get out of this situation as badly as possible, I think, but he's just kind of ignited it even further. People have been commenting on this saying, gets destroyed by Dokibird's team in Marvel Rivals, hates VTubers for an entire year over that loss, and keeps trying to smear VTubers since. People found out about his salty reaction over losing to the Rivals tournament and started laughing at him. He said, I don't want to punch down anymore. VTubers are a sad people. So xQc says, through gritted teeth, anger palpable, and as his smear attempts exposed his insecurities over losing to a VTuber, which again, 100% true. He's been completely revealed as, this person who is mega salty over this one Marvel Rivals tournament one time. And it is just one of the most childish things to be really angry about, It's, at the end of the day, the tournament doesn't even really matter. Obviously, there was a prize pool and things. But again, it isn't like some, big title is on the line or anything like that. Obviously, he's been a part of stuff like Overwatch League, which I can imagine, if you lost to a team, maybe in something like that, then I could understand holding a little bit more of a grudge, right? But again, this is like Twitch Rivals, Marvel Rivals, which again, I just don't think, really it doesn't really matter, right? And again, more people have been commenting, including Ember Paradox here, who also, you know, made that original post which made him crash out. Said he got absolutely roasted by a VTuber and by extension the internet and his own chat. Now he's backpedaling and eating shit as fast as he can, trying to pretend that, oh, he's so righteous and doing VTubers a favor, and trying to pretend that he hasn't become an absolute lolcow and a laughing stock. Take that out gracefully, gamer. Which again is 100% true, and I do find it absolutely hilarious. You know, how much he's trying to backpedal and I guess get himself out of this situation, because he understands that not only the VTuber community find this kind of behavior stupid, weird and childish, but also his audience. You know, his audience have been disagreeing with him the entire time that he's been talking about VTubers, as I said, with the whole spamming no thing in chat, right? They don't really agree with him at all on any of this. And obviously, you know, if people don't agree with you in your chat, people don't agree with you in the community, the only thing that he can do is kind of backpedal, but also make it seem like the VTuber community are sad to kind of, I guess, get that final jab in there before he kind of shuts up about them, because I feel like we might not get any more clips, which again is kind of sad because, you know, obviously they've been farming quite a bit and everybody likes to see the odd xQc crash out, right? But again, you know, it's crazy, right? More people have been saying, like, be like xQc, millionaire crashes out after losing one tournament to a funny yellow bird. Months later, whine about it again to dunk on VTubers, get ratioed, get CL, said, I don't want to punch down, still see things. So this is, yeah, what is he compensating for with his fragile man-child ego? Which you can see here, like, yeah, xQc crashes out after losing a 200k Marvel Rivals tournament. That was the original clip. And then obviously, yeah, you got the, you know, him coping in the comments as well. People say he also lost in an Elden Ring competition too, which again is quite funny. But yeah, as I said, you know, people have been finding it extremely weird how, you know, him losing to Dokibird has essentially, you know, culminated into this big hatred of VTubers for him. He's kind of just generalized VTubers because, you know, one of them, you know, beat him in a tournament. I don't know. And she didn't even beat him. Like, again, she didn't even beat him. Her team beat him. But again, they had to change the rules so that Dokibird, or at least a member of the team, couldn't be a part of it. And Dokibird chose to drop out, right? But again, I do find it pretty funny. And yeah, obviously the original comment that he put there also kind of just sums up, you know, how much he is still coping about the situation. Because he literally says that not only did we not whinge to anyone, and then he goes on just to whinge. You know, he says, also, you forgot to tell the part of the story where Doki's adjusted team was still rule breaking and overacting like the rest of them. Right? Again, you're whinging. You're whinging still. Like, again, you can't say you're not whinging and then suddenly start whinging in the same reply, right? And that's what obviously lost a lot of people. Even, yeah, this person here said, no, I swear, guys, it's pure fiction. We didn't whine. But also, look at me whine about this again. Okay, this is a nice reading comprehension. Again, really nice reading comprehension. Like, obviously, I know it's supposed to be a joke, but yeah, pretty good reading comprehension there, I think. But I don't know. But people have been, yeah, just kind of clowning on X at the moment, because I do think it is pretty funny how, you know, to heart that he has taken this and how much, I guess, Dokibird is within his head. People have been, like, posting memes and things surrounding this situation as well. For example, this one. This is funny.
Leave me alone!
Bro, Dokibird is in his head. It is so funny. As you say, the community's punching down on. I think, is that a VTuber festival? That's kind of cool. But yeah, so we have nothing except for one of the most wholesome communities on Twitch. Said Mr. xQc, the psyop, it is success. We have accumulated whatever. They say, mark my words, he's going to become a VTuber in the next 3 months. Maybe. You never know. You never know. But again, I just kind of wanted to share this with you guys because I thought it was quite funny. You know, people say this is just how normal people see VTubers. This whole Marvel Rivals thing is a giant cope. So honestly, I wouldn't be mad. It would have been a blessing in disguise. The best gatekeeping is when normal people themselves distance from it because of their own perceptions or keeping it away, just like Toho. They said Dokibird crashing out. Dokibird's cackling hyena laugh gave this dude PTSD. Which, yeah, I think this dude does have a case of, you know, I think it's a new term that we should coin, right? Dokibird derangement syndrome, right? He is going insane over Dokibird, and honestly, you know, yeah, it's crazy. I think we should coin that new term. But anyways, this is essentially all there is for this situation. If there's any more xQc crash outs or anything else that is going towards VTubers from him, obviously I'll keep you guys up to date. But I thought this is extremely funny to see and wake up to this morning because, again, he is still crashing out and he is still angry over this Dokibird Marvel Rivals tournament. Oh my god, it's so ridiculous. But anyways, if you guys did enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also, go to Give Me Subs, use my code Kazo, get 10% off. Again, they've got a ton of really cool stuff over there. Definitely recommend checking it out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.